Some tips for Thanksgiving eating. It's that time of year where should be a real happy time, fun time. I know personally though, it's a time where a lot of people's stress levels and anxiety levels increase. There's too much to do possibly. There's too much eating, too many parties. So I'm going to give you some tips on how to possibly get through these holidays and feel better, have more fun, and not gain a lot of weight, not feel bad after it's all over. So if you're one of those that dread this time of year, get anxious, don't enjoy it at all, maybe you can learn something from these tips. But the first thing I want to tell you is if you are on a weight loss regime or you're trying to burn some fat, the holidays really aren't the time to set your standards high. They're probably a time to just say, you know what, if I don't gain weight and I just maintain, that's good. You shouldn't be expecting to lose a lot of weight if you're really busy, you've got a lot of social things going on. You just want to kind of set your intention to be doing the best job that you can do and not overeating, not feeling lousy after your meals or after your parties and so on. So I think the first thing I will tell you to do is never, never, never go all day without eating, expecting this big party at the end of the day where you're going to gorge yourself. That's the absolute worst thing to do. And I see a lot of people still doing that because they're thinking, well, I'm going to this great function. I know there's going to be a lot of good food there, free alcohol, whatever it is, and you save up. That's worse than if you ate small meals through the day and still had that same amount, because what happens when you starve all day long is your metabolism shuts down, your blood sugar is extremely low, so your day's probably not that great because you're going to be a little more irritable. So then when you stuff all that food into your system, your stomach's like, ooh, I can't deal with this, and it shuts down a little bit. So that's when you get the indigestion, the heartburn, the bloating, all of that stuff. So remember to eat, you know, the small meals through the day. You don't have to eat large meals, but try to keep your meals, you know, every 3-4 hours for sure, even like before the actual party or the function happens. The second thing that I know a lot of people stop doing is drinking enough water. For whatever reason, you're too busy, you don't think about it. But drinking enough water through the holidays can really make a difference. If you're dehydrated, there's a lot of negative things that start to happen in the body. The first is probably headaches, digestion isn't as good, maybe constipation starts to happen. So there's a lot of negative side effects of dehydration that you want to avoid because you need that energy. You want to prevent the headaches and so on. And if you're drinking more alcohol or more coffee, those two things are diuretics, so you need more water to replace what those two things are flushing out. So remember to get that water, keep it around. If you're drinking herbal teas, that's good, that counts as water. But remember, sodas, coffees, caffeinated beverages do not count as water. In fact, they do the reverse, they dehydrate you. Just a quick reminder, if you're drinking soda, remember soda and coffee are very acidic. You need about 8 glasses of water just to buffer one soda, so just keep that in mind over the holidays. If you're feeling lousy, you've got more headaches than normal, that could be one reason why. The third thing I will ask you to do or recommend that you do is if it's kind of like a lot of businesses, companies, families, they have potlucks. Well, make sure the item that you bring is healthy, so you know at least there's something there that you can eat. You can fill your plate with other things just in small amounts, but if you bring a big salad, bring a vegetable tray, fruit tray, those are all things that you can bring or offer to bring, or tell the place that you're going to be bringing those items. You can even bring dessert, make it healthier. Strawberry shortcakes, those kinds of things are a little bit better than those heavy, really, really high fat, high sugar desserts that really bog your system down. So the next thing to do, or to remember to do, is not drink on an empty stomach. If the parties you go to involve a lot of alcohol, you're going to do more damage and feel worse the next day if you're drinking on an empty stomach. So if you get to a party and they're offering you cocktails, if there's no appetizers right away, you want to go to that party or that function with something in your system. Have a snack before you leave. Have a protein bar on the way if you're coming from work and you don't have access to food. Drink quite a bit of water. take some B vitamins before you go if you know you're going to be drinking some alcohol. But what happens if you drink on an empty stomach is your blood sugar goes up too high and then it crashes, so you can be hungrier, you can have the headaches, you can feel a lot worse, your digestion can be a lot worse. So you want to make sure that you have something in your system. I prefer a protein and a fat, because alcohol is typically carbohydrate. So the fat and the protein will block it. So it's good to have that in your system. It also protects your organs a little bit more too, because the sugar doesn't get to the blood as fast. So you can protect the liver, the kidney, and the stomach actually as well from the effects of the alcohol. You know, another thing I really want to emphasize is it is a time for being grateful, being with family, enjoying family. So if you're not so focused on the food, you're not so focused on, I don't feel good, I'm stressed, I have a lot of anxiety, I've got so much to do, you can focus on the communication or being with people that hopefully you love to be with and catching up, instead of dwelling too much on all the food or how bad you feel or getting too excited about eating all the wrong types of foods. Going to a party, going to a function, not really hungry does allow you to enjoy the party a lot more, instead of just gorging yourself and then not feeling good the rest of the time. So those are the main tips that I recommend for the holidays, for Thanksgiving specifically. There's a lot of good food in Thanksgiving meals typically. You know, turkey's good for you. There's nothing wrong with yams. You know, so there's good food that's there. You don't have to just eat unhealthy food. You can have small amounts of everything, enjoy yourself. Just try to keep it so you feel good, you're happy, and you're healthy, and you're not going to gain a lot of weight. If you'd like to learn more, go to simplyslimliving.com.